Alright everybody, today we're going to be looking at Mythic Plus Blackroot Cold. So the hardest part of Blackroot Cold is really this second room after you kill the first boss. So this second room you get in the place has a lot of really challenging mobs. You know, there's the scouts which do their blade dance. There's the archers which do very high physical damage to random targets. There's the arcanists who need to be interrupted, and there's the commanders who do this stun forward, and then they do the commanding shout. Now, the easiest way of going about doing these packs is something that a lot of people don't know about, and that is that all the mobs actually don't really have a lot of HP. What gives the mobs a lot of HP is the champions when they do their commanding shout. Now, recently, these commanders have been able to be CCable. So what that means is for like this teaming pack right now, we CC the two commanders so they don't do their commanding shout, increasing the HP by 2 lots of 50% multiplicative. So what we do to there is we decide to CC them and then come back to them later. Now what you'll see, what we're doing here, is that we're stopping every single one of these bone-breaking strikes. So every single time you stop these, they won't cast their commanding shout, because after they cast them, that's when they do their commanding shout. So as you'll see here, we're stunning them constantly, sapping them constantly, and you'll see me later that I'll start casting Shackle on them constantly. Now obviously if you have dot classes, this isn't as effective, but you know, we didn't have any dot classes in this group, so we could just constantly shackle and they didn't get their commanding shout off. And this is a really simple way of speeding up these packs. Now, you know, you might be focused mostly on CCing things like the scouts and whatnot, but if you have enough burst damage in your group and you can just keep these commanders occupied, you'll find that these packs die very quickly. You know, these 5 mobs don't have, you know, much HP if they don't have a 50% increase. So it almost trivializes a lot that has to happen. Obviously your shackle you can also use to stop things like the blade dances from the scout, which is very important. Yeah, primarily you want to be focusing these on the commanders and just making sure you stop that commanding shout. Obviously we do have quite a lot of DPS in our group, so these packs are dying quicker than probably most groups face with this, but still the same kind of concept applies. You know, if you can set up AoE stuns, AoE stuns, saps, blinds, gouges, anything to stop them, even knockbacks. You know, your Shining Force does it as well. So there's a lot you can do, and especially as a priest, when you can just, you know, shackle them constantly, there's no reason really for it to be getting off unless you have to sit there and spam heal, and then someone else can take over doing that. Anyway, well, I hope you learned something today about how to effectively do this room in Blackroot Cold, and hopefully this will help you get through it, especially on fortified weeks. Alright, thanks for watching, enjoy.